just
Good morning, everyone. How are y'all this fine Friday? It's wet where I'm at, but that's okay because they definitely need the rain here. Of course, it's playing havoc with my husband's job, but that's all right. Thank you so much,
Frog. Here too.
Excuse me?
It's raining here too.
Oh, really? What about you, Froggy?
I had rain last night, no rain today. It is 56 Fahrenheit or 13 Celsius. Partly cloudy, rain this evening.
Ah, and I know Olga had rain last night. And did you say you're having rain again today?
Yes, ma'am. It's just pouring down.
Oh, goodness. Well, I want to say welcome in to Froggy and Olga from South Africa. What time is it there for you, sweetie?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okie dokies. Well, let's welcome in our wonderful subscribers. There is Doggy. That's Izzy. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. There's my Michelle Mosaic. Hello. Little Carrie. While getting ready for my post-op appointment. Well, sweetheart, you just take care of what you need to. I'll keep you up with what's going on in the chat. Sam, you'll be lurking for the most part. Have fun. Please hit the like button and thanks. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, Sam. Thank you. Nana Mama Cat is out there grocery shopping. Hello, Amy. Jolene. Look at all the lovelies on our screens. Oh, you're such a sweetie. And good morning, Sarah. How are you?
It's good to see you all.
Everyone. Now, if you can't tell,
everyone.
Carrie is at the beauty salon getting herself all pretty again. Not that she needs much of that, but she loves to have that, what are we still staying pink or purple?
Pink.
Pink. Okay. So, I really wished I was brave enough to do something like that, but I'm just not. So
it's a lot of fun. I enjoy having bright colors. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am not ignoring anybody. I just can't see the chat.
Oh, that's okay, sweetie.
Over on the right-hand side, it says private chat. Next to that, it says comments. Click the comments, and you can see comments.
Hello, everybody.
She's a newbie, folks. She's trying to figure all this out, but we're going to get her there.
It's just a new thing. Hi, Rachel. It's good to see you.
Hello, Rachel. Yes, it has already been a fantastic time here for me.
Remember, it's not a big deal.
It's good to see you.
I'm going to mute her just a little bit.
Nana Mama Cat is chicken too, but it's a lot of fun.
I'm a natural redhead, so I ain't gonna go pink.
Oh, you
just saying.
Thank you for liking my bunny hat. The pattern is by Repeat Crafter Me on YouTube, and I am in love with the hat. It is so much fun to make. It was fun to make.
Oh, Sarah, winter warm watch again? Goodness.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, but
this hat is easy to make. You can get it done in a day. It took me 2 days, but I didn't start until the afternoon. But it's very simple to make.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And I would have made one, but I don't wear beanies.
I don't either. I love making hats.
I did not realize that you came in with a dog and I felt the sweatness on my leg and I was like, oh.
I wear them long enough to put on my head and get a picture, sometimes, not always. But yeah. Other than that, I love making them, just not wearing them.
This is really nice, though. She sized it from newborn all the way to adult. So if you wanted to make it for a child, you could. And because it's spring, you could make it out of cotton.
Right. Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Izzy.
But I'm glad you're back, sweetie.
Lost her morning meds.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a rough thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it's been raining since, let's see, this is Friday, since Wednesday. But like I said, folks, it has just been so horribly dry. My red truck was starting to turn gray.
Well,
and
I got rid of the dust.
Oh, well, it not only got rid of the dust, but yes, we do have flash flood warnings out now because the the ground was just so dry. And so there is going to be runoff that's not going to be able to soak it in, as quickly as it comes down. But the nice thing is that they are getting rain. The creeks are starting to run again. Many of the farmers will obviously be having their tanks fill up, which is a blessing. So they've really, really been needing the rain here. So I'm so glad to see it. However, there are a lot of thunderstorms coming with it, and it's going to just travel right on up the Gulf Coast of Texas, Louisiana, up into Alabama, Mississippi. My wonderful little sister from, how do you say that town?
Tishomingo.
Tishomingo. I love the name. I just can't remember how to say it, but she's even going to get saturated with rain, and it's not like she needs anymore, but she is going to be getting it. So, and then I think it's going to really just basically then fade on out before it gets up into the Carolinas and up where Froggy is. But I don't know, Mother Nature, she can always change your plans.
Yes.
Without warning.
Oh, that's right, Sarah. That's the only bad thing about all the rain is that everything now is going to start blooming. So,
oh gosh, yeah. Our
Yep.
dogwood trees are blooming.
Ooh, I love dogwood. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's very beautiful.
Mhm.
We're enjoying seeing it. But yes, our dogwood trees are blooming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just like for me, Froggy's poor husband Joey has horrible allergies at this time of the year too. So,
oh yeah,
my son has bad allergies too.
Yeah. But we complain when we don't have rain. We complain when we do have rain. I mean, we just never seem to be satisfied doing. But
if it's too hot, we complain. If it's too cold, we complain everything.
Yep. Little Carrie says it is too early to be up, but that's okay. I know. Oh, you found them. It's supposed to be 80 degrees here tomorrow, Izzy says.
Wow.
We're all doing good. Yes, the seasonal allergies. Oh, yes, Sarah. Oh, my goodness. I really want to be in D.C., Washington, D.C., when the cherry blossoms are blooming.
Oh, I love that.
Nana Cat says her purple irises are blooming. How awesome.
Nice.
Yes. Well, folks, as you can tell, I found another national holiday to celebrate. I mean, I didn't have to look hard because I know that every March 28th, it is National Piano Day because the piano is my most favorite instrument in the world. I mean, I just love the sound of it. I love, as a lot of folks call it, tickling the ivory. I can remember being a very young child, and my grandmother would put the big old 33s, on her record player. And most of the time, what she played was either orchestra music or a lot of classical, Chopin, Bach, Schumann. I mean, and of course, it's all piano music. And I just thought, man, if I could ever just learn to play the piano. Well, little did I know that I was going to get the opportunity to learn to play. And classical music is still my most favorite. You know what, Nana Cat? It's my husband's too. In fact, when we were out at the children's home together, He played an acoustic guitar. I played the piano. We had one of the another gentleman. His name was Keith. He also played the guitar. And we had someone that played the drums, and I cannot ever remember that young man's name. But we had our own little youth band before it was even popular, you know, to have one. And we always got to get together on Friday nights when there weren't many games or anything scheduled down at the rec hall there on campus. And yeah, we'd have a great time.
I can play several instruments, but the one I really want to learn is the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, she is, little Carrie. She's getting prettified. Although, like I said, she doesn't really need to work that hard at it because she's gorgeous, just like she is.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Izzy asked Olga, is that your puppy behind you?
Yes, that's why I had to mute because they started barking. So yes, I've got 4.
Oh my goodness. And they're a nice range in size, aren't they? I mean, you do have a couple of big ones.
They're not quite big. They're more knee high. There's 2 that's knee high. Then there's one that's between the knee and the ankle, and then there's the.
Itty bitty.
She's not itty bitty like, but she's my smallest dog. So, and my umbilical cord. So.
Which one barks the loudest?
The brown one. Her name's Roxy.
Roxy.
And she'll bark at her shadow. She just barks at anything.
Oh goodness. Sarah said, my aunt tried to teach me to play the organ, but it didn't quite work out. Well, you know, I can play the organ, but folks, it is where piano is my most favorite. The organ is at the bottom of the list because whenever I hear an organ, I always think of funerals. And yeah. At one of my recitals, there was another girl the same age as I, and we had to do an organ and piano duet. And guess who got stuck playing the organ?
Really?
Yeah. I was not happy with that, but I mean, I did what I was told to do, and it has not been something that I have shared with different churches that we've been at. You know, when they've needed an organist, I've just sat back and said, mm-mm. Lord, please don't. Mm-mm. Lord, no. So, and I've only had to do it one time. I mean, you know, it's really funny. My dad said, sweetie, you can play the organ, but you can't drive a standard. I said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, but I can. I mean, I can play the organ, but it's just, you know, it's not my cup of tea.
I can drive a shift, but I cannot figure out those pedals on the organ. Like, why is there so many?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
2 pedals is enough. Piano, 2 pedals. But the 20, I don't understand the 20.
But I would love to learn. I would play for my church, but I go to a very tiny church. I'm just saying, very tiny. If it was a big church, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your feet have to go and your fingers have to go and up here, down here. And I don't know. It's very confusing. It's like
I can walk and play the guitar. It's all good. I can't walk and chew gum, but I can walk and play guitar.
See, and it's hard to explain why you can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could walk and play the bugle.
Do that.
I could walk and play the bugle. I could walk and play the flute or the piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk and play the banjo.
Yeah.
I just can't walk and chew gum. I don't know why. That's weird.
Well, yes, I know. It's funny, isn't it, Izzy?
I'm weird. I can't help it.
Donna
My
said, "Good
sister,
morning, ladies. Hope you are all well. It's cold and rainy here."
Oh,
Oh my
bless you,
goodness,
Donna.
sweetie. Well,
my
it is.
sister can't smile and wash the bath. So
That's funny. That
Yeah,
is
for
very
dogs are being distracted by somebody outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. For those of you that came in, the hat is by Repeat Crafter Me. It is not my design. Absolutely love it. It's size from newborn to adult. There's Lana.
Hello, my Lana. How are you, sweetheart?
I hope you're doing well, sweetheart.
Yes. I'm going to make you big for just a minute.
Oh,
Show
there
them
we
the
go.
cute little hat. See the little bunny rabbits?
There it is. There's the bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
In the video, it's green, yellow, and pink, hot pink. I changed up my colors a little bit, but I love it. I think it's so cute.
Catherine, good morning, sweetheart. She
Hi,
says,
Catherine.
good morning, girls. Driving 30 minutes to work, so I'll just listen. Yes, ma'am, you listen. No texting and driving. That's a no-no. We want
And
you
be
to get
careful
there.
while you're driving.
Yes.
So,
And Lana says, Maureen, my mom played the piano too.
wow.
Yeah. I know I've shared with y'all before, but I started the piano, learning to play the piano when I was in the 4th grade. And my goal was to always play for my church. But by the time I was in the 7th grade that summer, I just decided I knew everything there was to know about how to play the piano. So I just didn't need any more piano lessons. Mm-hmm. Yep. But also during that summertime, the pianist at our church was getting ready to retire. And the preacher came to me and said, we would like to offer it to you, but there is a condition. Well, I'm not kidding you guys. They could have told me I had to hang from the rafters. I didn't care. I was just jumping, waiting to be able to say, yes, I want it. I had to continue my piano lessons.
Oh.
I did pause for a moment. I really did. But I wanted to play so bad for my church. And so I finally said, yes, okay, I will continue with the lessons. And quite frankly, I'm really glad that there was that condition, because it not only, like I said, I thought I knew everything there was to know about the piano, how to make it sing, everything. But no, I still had another 5 years of learning and growing. Wow. And my very first teaching certificate came from the Austin Music. It's not a conservatory, but anyway, where I was certified to be able to be a piano teacher. Nice. And folks, let me tell you, giving the piano lessons is what helped me to earn the money to put myself through college. So
wonderful.
Yes. Rachel says my grandma and mom played and taught the piano.
And look at Lana.
I know. She
That's
totally played by ear. She played at all churches when I was a kid. She played the accordion too. My husband can play the accordion. She could play the organ too, but she didn't care for it either. Yes, my husband, the very first instrument he learned to play was the accordion.
I want to play so well that I can play Beethoven, Bach, Handel, Vivaldi, Tchaikovsky.
Yes.
That's what I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love that. I love classical music. I know
I do too.
You don't see that. Mm-hmm. I love classical music. I actually listen to that.
Right.
But to be able to play that on my own would be a real coup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with. Like I said, hearing it when I was a child living with my grandmother. And then, of course, when you first learn to play the piano, it is the classics that they normally start you out on, simply because, well, yes, it is a good relaxing music, but the classical music is wonderful because it teaches you finger patterns. It teaches you, how to express, how to really make the music sing.
Yes.
And, you know, there have been times when I have sat down to play a piece that I had to memorize as a child. And yes, the composer may have said, I want you to swell here and I want you to slow down. But sometimes the music makes you feel something different, you know, at that particular point in time. And so it's always been fun for me to put my own twist and spin on it. But
well, I had a friend offer me a piano, and I told my husband we'd have to go pick it up. So he said to me, I had to clean some things up. And then we could go get the piano. I would really love the piano, but then I have to find a piano teacher,
right,
that would be willing to come to me, because my husband doesn't get off work until 6. So I need someone that could come to me to teach me once a week or whatever it is. So I would love that. That's the one thing I'd like to work toward.
Well, you know, it's like I love to tell everybody, anything you want to know or learn, go to YouTube. There are several people, I mean, that give free lessons online through YouTube. You know, lesson 1, this is what you're going to learn. This is what you're going to practice. And you can just work at it at your own pace. It's just amazing what they've been able to do with the technology to teach people that, like for you, aren't going to be able to get out on their own to go and meet with somebody once a week, or
but being blind, I need hands-on.
Right.
Yeah.
Lana, I had 2 students that came to me in my teaching career that played by ear. And it was very frustrating for them because they had to learn to read music. But I do have to say that I am really jealous. I mean, I am really jealous of those that can hear a song, sit down, and then in just a few minutes, you know, they're playing it. I don't have that gift. I have to have the music to read. Now I can pick out the chords on the song, but to actually be able to figure out the notes and play them, no. I can chord very well, but not actually go through. And I think too, a lot of it has to do with patience. I don't wish to take the time to do that. So.
I used to be able to do it on the guitar, the acoustic guitar. I haven't played the guitar in 5 years, 6 years. But I could do it on the guitar. I could play. I don't know if I could do it on a piano. I don't know, because I've never had one to try it. And doing the bugle was very easy to hear it and play it. Flute was a little more different. Hello, Diane, you lurk away. The flute was a little more harder for me to hear and play. But yeah, I could do a lot of them. Banjo is real easy to hear and play. Your aunt took lessons and couldn't get it. Then your mom would just go over and play it. And my aunt would get so mad for that shit.
Yes. I remember the first little girl that I had that came to me, and she played beautifully. She really, really did. But her mother had already told me, she said she can listen and play just about anything she hears. However, she cannot read music, and I want her to be able to read music. And I said, okay. So she came to me and I told her, you know, I want you to play some things for me that you've already learned. And oh my goodness, could that little girl play? She could play ragtime like no one I have ever heard. Yes. And she knew a couple of, she knew the first portion of Moonlight Sonata, which was the only portion that her grandmother liked. And so she learned how to play that. She also, she knew a couple of hymns, but again, it's all from
Hearing.
from the ear. And so then I said, well, I'm going to put a piece of music up in front of you, and I need to see your sight reading skills, is what it was. So I popped it up there, and you could tell deer in the headlights. And she would try to peck a little bit, and she'd say, if you could just, I can't seem to get started. And I said, okay. So I would play like the right hand. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry, Daddy came by and now Daddy's left. And so they're going to hear some whining and then crying because she doesn't understand. She's been very confused because Dad's been off and he's not supposed to be here. So her whole little world is just topsy-turvy at the moment. But anyway, it didn't take long for me to express to her that she did have a great talent for hearing the music and being able to play it. But now it was time for her to broaden her skill, make it stronger by learning how to play.
Nice.
That was the roughest year for her and me both.
Learning to read music. I know how to read music, but I can understand where she had difficulty learning music.
Well, because it would frustrate her. If you just play it for me, no, we need to learn to read. But after that year, she gained, once she got the basics down and really started seeing the importance of being able to read the music, it opened up a whole new world for her, which is what her mother wanted her to be able to do, not just sit down and hear and play something, but to be able to actually read it. And that way she could play anything she wanted. So, yeah.
No, I get it. Because, it takes a bit to learn to read music, but when it's a lot of math, I know that doesn't make sense. People who read music and play music are good at math.
Yes, they are.
I don't know why, but they are. It's weird. It's hard to explain. But I was taught to read music when I was 8, 9, 10, all the way up until I was 13. I had learned to read music.
Right.
Which is very incredible to do that. Now it's been a minute since I've read a sheet of music. But it is a handy skill to have.
Yes, it is.
To read music. It is. But I don't know the piano at all.
Right.
Wouldn't do
I
me
don't know
any
how
good.
to read nothing. I know how to read books and words, but no music.
But that's
and I
very
don't
helpful.
know math.
But that's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's puppies.
Oh, she's telling them this is my house. Get away.
This is my house, my mommy. Go on.
Yep.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And the dogs don't bother me, but it bothers Olga.
Yeah.
It does bother Olga.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just it's very loud in my ears, so I'm just assuming everybody can hear it.
Loud here.
Because she is loud. She's between a husky and a normal dog, so she's got that duck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was where I learned, Rachel, was in school.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught in school how to read music.
Not in South Africa. You have to physically go to a musical school for you to be taught any kind of musical instrument. So in a normal school, you don't. No.
Wow, Sam.
Yep. Sam, that's exactly right. That's why I am a math teacher.
I am the oldest in my family, and my sister, who is the youngest, we both played the flute. My sister in the middle played the trumpet, and my brother didn't play a musical instrument.
I can make a noise with musical instruments. Does that count?
Yes, if you make a joyful noise, it counts.
Asking for a friend.
Yes, if you make a joyful noise.
My oldest daughter is the only one of my three that learned the piano. And folks, once again, another little jealousy I have is, many of us can play an instrument, whether it's piano, the organ, a flute, a clarinet, a banjo, guitar, all of us that play music can play it. Good morning, Brenda, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. But my daughter's talent goes that one step further. Mm-hmm. She can literally feel the music when she's playing on the piano, and she can make it sing. You know what I mean? I can sit there and look and study the music and say, all right, the composer wants me to gradually get louder, stay at that volume, get softer. He wants me to speed up and he wants me to slow down. So I am a technical player, and it does make sense to me, but she literally takes that emotion that she feels with what the composer was feeling whenever he wrote the music, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? It touches you deep in your soul with the music that comes off the keyboard from her hands. And I am jealous of that, of anyone, no matter what the instrument is. There are those of us that can play, but there are those that can also not only play, but create the music. And yeah, I'm very proud of her for that, folks. Don't get me wrong. I really, really am. But there is that part of me that is just like, oh, if I could only play like that. I'm happy with my talent. I mean, I really am. But just every once in a while, when I have that rare occasion to listen to her play, oh, I just want that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness, Brenda.
Brenda, the only thing I can do on your list is sing.
Wow.
Well, I do keyboard, piano, and I do sing, and I play the baritone. Now, I haven't played it since college, but give me the mouthpiece and give me a little bit of time to for a bit, that I can make it sing again. On the baritone, now there are some that have a small mouthpiece like a trumpet. Well, mine was a big mouthpiece for the level of the baritone that I played. And so I had to go from having a very puckered lip playing the trumpet, because that is what I started out on, to going to the baritone with this much bigger. And so, I had to learn to flutter my lips a little more. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is, Lana. Brenda says our family is very musically inclined. That is awesome, sweetheart. Well, my girls were all in the band. My oldest daughter played the tenor sax during marching season, and then she switched over to the bass sax. And in the spring, she played the oboe. So you talk about like her mama going from one size reed to a different reed, not only a single, what they call the single leaf reed, but to a double leaf reed. Reed. Mm-hmm.
That is incredible.
Yeah. My middle daughter played the clarinet. That's the only thing she wanted to play. And my youngest played the flute and the piccolo. The piccolo most definitely was her favorite.
Yes. I love the piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
It is nice.
Wayne's oldest daughter plays the cello. That thing that is so beautiful to hear.
It is. My cousin Valerie played the cello, and it was so beautiful just sitting and listening to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you just loved it.
There's two young men that I follow on YouTube. They're called the Two Cellos. Oh, goodness gracious. They are awesome. I can sit and listen to them all day long, every day.
I love that.
Sarah said both her sons played the clarinet in band.
Really?
Izzy, any good patterns for baby?
I think she meant to say blankets.
Okay, thank you. Go check out Creative Grandma. She has oodles and caboodles of
She
baby
has
blankets.
several.
Mm-hmm. She has some wonderful patterns for baby blankets.
Oh gosh, yeah. And they're really nice.
Mm. Oh, Rachel. At my uncle's house, they have an old player piano that still plays the scrolls, or one can just sit and play it. Oh my word. That is awesome.
That's incredible.
I have only seen one player piano, and of all places, folks, it was in the lobby of a hospital. It's been years ago. It was an old upright, and someone would go over and, get it started, and it would play through all of the scrolls that it had in there. It'd stop. Next thing you know, it'd start back up again. Yes, it was awesome. And they could even interchange the scrolls. It was cool. It was my first exposure to one. It was just fascinating to listen to.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to love that.
Mm-hmm. When I was at the children's home and was given the opportunity to learn to play the piano, every day I got off the bus, well, I had to go down to we had a music room. Part of it was for those that wanted to sing in the choir. And then, of course, there was rooms for those kids that didn't have pianos in their cottages where they could have their practice time. And so I'd have to run down there and try to get there before anybody else, or at least, before all the rooms were taken, so I could get my 30 to 45 minutes of practice time in.
Oh.
Well, during the summer, we got very, very fortunate in my cottage, and someone had donated an old upright piano, and it came to my house. And so I didn't have to go down there anymore. Yep, it came down to my house, and I was able to practice anytime I wanted to. So that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, within just a couple of years' time, I wasn't the only one that was taking piano lessons from that cottage. And, of course, then we had to start rotating, sharing time. But it was okay. It was all good.
I can't see how many thumbs up are in the live and how many people are in the live.
Hang on. I'll tell you. Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up. I'm going to check.
Those of you that are lurking, I would appreciate your thumbs.
I'm going to check right now. There are 15 people watching.
That's awesome.
We need one thumb is missing. Oh my.
Somebody just forgot when they came in. It'll be all right. They'll hit it on their way out.
One thumb was missing.
Lana said, my grandson took cello in school, but didn't stay with it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you, Thrifty.
Yes,
I love cello.
Yes, my oldest stepdaughter. Oh my word, that she can still play that thing to this day.
The cello just sounds so beautiful.
It does.
It's so hard to. I mean, just listening to it is just so beautiful.
Well, it's got that beautiful deep sound, and it resonates out of the instrument, especially the wooden ones. Now, these two young men I was telling you about, two cellos, they have some cellos that look really weird, man, let me tell you. But you can tell, too, that those cellos, they play them for the type of music that they're playing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they have this one that is the weirdest looking shape. It looks like they were going to give the cello body a metal frame to work with and then just quit. And it's like half of the cello shape. and they play it. And of course, it does have a different sound than one that's made out of the
Original.
wood, whatever wood it is.
Yeah.
But still, oh, I just love the sound of a cello.
I'm also impressed with the violin players. You know, the actual violin players. I'm not talking about fiddle.
Yeah.
Violin.
Well, I'm impressed with either one.
Well, yeah, either one is impressive. I
Yeah.
love to hear the violin. It's so beautiful to listen to.
I tell you another one that's really awesome to listen to, and that is a slide trombone.
Yes,
Trombone.
a slide
Yeah.
trombone.
Yes. And you know, it's just so crazy that, and I know this comes from practice and training your ear and everything, but it always amazed me. I was like, how do you know exactly where to stop for that?
Yes, hey?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'd also like to know.
Like I
Is
said,
it
I
on
know
the,
it comes
because
from
it
practice.
doesn't say, it doesn't say on the music sheet, okay, pull it 3/4, pull it.
Nor
Oh,
does it say, nor are there those little click marks, you know, in the slide itself. So it's like,
Yes.
oh my word.
I love
Like
that.
you pull it until the sound changes and then pull it back.
I also love the saxophone.
Yes.
I love a good saxophone. That makes me think of Michael Bolton.
Oh, yes.
He does a good sax.
Yeah.
I love a really good saxophone player.
Yes, Brenda. And you know, in Texas, we say you're not a true Texas band if you don't have a steel guitar.
Yes, you got to have a good steel guitar. You do. Oh, I love a steel guitar.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sound. It's a unique sound. Once you hear it, you never forget it. It is a very unique sound.
Yeah.
You'll hear it in a band, and you'll never forget it.
Nope.
It's like the it's played flat. It's played flat. It's on its side and it's played flat.
Yeah.
What is
No, it looks like a guitar, but it's played on your lap.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of it.
If you know, please put it in the chat.
That instrument too is very distinct.
Brenda said he played so much I never got tired of listening. Yes.
No, you never get tired of instrument. I want to say harpsichord, but I don't think it's the harpsichord. But it is the one that's played flat.
Laying down.
But it is a unique sound. A harp is a unique
Yes.
sound. I love hearing the harp sounds. That's standing. But the one
that's another one in which you have to learn, you know, because just like on the guitar, here and then here.
Yes.
And you have to know exactly where the fingers go to produce the sound that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an expensive instrument.
Oh, yes,
because
I've
looked at it. Have long arms.
Yes.
I've looked at that, and yeah, it's a very expensive instrument. It's like a tuba is an expensive instrument.
And the big bass horns.
Yes. It's incredible. Do you all know what I'm talking about? It lays flat, and you play it this way. It is a beautiful instrument. It's very distinct. Oh, nice. I just can't.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it. I'm not even going to try and guess.
Country bands have it. Folk bands have it. That's what's not coming. It's not coming to me. I will remember when I go to bed tonight. I'm just telling you. That's what I remember.
Well, it's not a harpsichord.
No, I know it's not a harpsichord, but that's what was blocking me from saying what it was. I love opera. And
Oh,
I love the
yes.
voices in opera.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Zither. Is it a zither?
I
be a
have no idea.
Let me look up zither. Could be a zither.
Oh, there you go. Sam says the zither. Blah, 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 zither.
Hang on. Let me look up a zither. Let me see if that's what I'm thinking. Yes, zither. No, zither's played on its side. No, upward.
Like a harp?
Yeah, like a harp.
Okay. Catherine, I'm glad you made it safely, sweetheart. Thank you for my thumbs. You have a great day at work.
Sorry, my dogs were going crazy because Craig is here.
Oh! Daddy's home. Daddy's home.
Oh. Hang on. It's telling me what it is. It's a lap steel guitar or a pedal steel guitar.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I found.
Is that what you were thinking of? I think she froze for a moment. So what are some of your favorite instruments? I know we've talked about some things that we grew up with, but what are your favorites? That's her hubby in the background, folks.
Sorry, they were having a conference here.
Oh, Brenda, thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. Gonna go relax a bit, slowly getting back to my normal self. Have a great afternoon. You too, sweetheart. Oh, Lana says drums and piano. Yes.
When I was young, I could play the drums. That was the only instrument I could play.
Yeah, because all you rely on is just rhythm and rat-a-tat-tat. Yep. Yep.
With your feet, it's not a million pedals at the bottom and a million keys on the top.
Yep.
And I could make a noise and not be shouting.
There you go. There you go. My oldest daughter, I mean, it's really funny. She started out in the drum section because her daddy was a drummer. And that's where she wanted to be. But by the time she was in the 8th grade, they had too many kids in the drum section.
Aww.
And she had learned to play the piano at that point. So the band director came to her and said, since you can actually read the notes on the piano, I would love to introduce you to the saxophone. And so all summer long, she learned how to play it. Yes. Remember when your kids come home with that instrument, how it sounds like something is dying and you just want to put it out of its misery? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I kept thinking, I don't think the saxophone is her instrument. I don't think the saxophone is her instrument. But she stuck with it.
Stop practicing. We can go play outside. Just stop practicing.
Yes. Please go outside. Please go outside. And she did for the most part. She would practice in the backyard, and she was she had that attitude of, this is not going to lick me. I'm going to beat this. So her determination got her through to learn how to play it. But oh my word, those first couple of months, listening, the squeaking, the splitting reeds. I cannot tell you how many reeds we went through while she was learning to play that thing. Because here was the kicker, folks. Bless her heart. She was learning to play with this, bamboo piece of reed stuck in her mouth, and she had braces.
Oh, that's not nice.
No. There were times when I would say, Lord, why didn't he just leave her on the drums and ask somebody else to play?
Shame. We're child.
But you know what? She did conquer it. Like I said, she then learned to play the tenor sax, the bass sax, and fell in love with the oboe.
Oh,
Oh
that,
my
well, at
goodness.
least she found something that she was good at the end.
Yes. And you know, if she had been able to march with the oboe, she would have been so happy to do so. But you know, in marching bands, you have a lot of brass. So that poor little oboe would have never been heard
No,
out there.
it wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't have made a dent in nothing.
No, they never would have heard her. And besides that, oboe reeds are expensive. Holy cow. I don't know what they cost nowadays, but folks, her band director at the time that introduced her to the oboe was an oboist himself. And so he taught her how to make her own reeds. And so we went out and spent the $25 for that little reed set, tool set. And that was a lot of money back then for that little reed set. And she did. He taught her how to make her own reeds. And what was really awesome about it is that she could take the blank and start shaving it and, you know, putting it in her mouth, making sure the feel was good and giving it the tone that she liked.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. In fact, she still has that kit today.
Oh, wow. And that's a couple of years old.
Yes, it's. I would say it has to be getting close to 30 years old, but yes, she still has it.
Just a little old.
Just a little old. Yeah, just a little old. In fact, oh my goodness, it's older than that. Maybe 35.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because she's coming on her 53rd birthday here in, no, 52. Excuse me, 52.
Oh,
no,
wow.
you're older than she is. Yes. Yes.
No. But at least she's got something from her childhood that meant something very near and dear to her heart.
Oh, so. Yeah. Yeah. And she also has her grandmother's upright piano. That is, it's a certified antique. It is over 200 years old. It has all of the original. Can you believe that, folks? Original black and white ivory. Yes.
Wow, that is wow.
Yeah.
Not replaced once.
Yep, not replaced once. Not one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's like, no, not a lot of people can say that. And it still holds the tune.
Yes, because it is one of the few uprights that has a solid metal, not a split wood, but a solid metal sounding board. After a while, they quit making those for the uprights. And then, of course, uprights became much shorter. But yeah, it has the metal, big old metal soundboard back there with the big old company stamp on the back end, you know. I mean, it's, yeah.
And she's proud of it.
Oh, yes, she is. Boy, I tell you what, her grandmother told her, she said, if you continue with your piano lessons, which she did until she graduated from high school, she continued with her piano lessons. She said that this piano will be yours when I'm gone. Not before then, but when I'm gone.
Oh,
yeah.
She's the barker.
Oh, which means she's the boss?
She thinks she's she's the one that's got that screeching loud.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
And she's the one that will bark at a leaf falling from a tree.
Right. Oh, folks, it was so funny. Yesterday afternoon, I finally found time for an appointment to take the girls in to get their yearly shots, you know, checkups, all that kind of thing. And as we were loading Lacey in the truck, she got distracted. And oh my goodness, the hound in her just went crazy. She was flipping and jumping and pushing and pulling. Good morning, Michelle J. How are you, sweetie? She was just tugging because it was the first squirrel she had seen in over a year.
Oh.
Yes. Oh my goodness. She was so happy to see that thing. I thought she's going to tear her daddy's arm off.
Ooh. And hopefully she's like, I want it.
Uh-huh. Oh, blanket yarn haul. I am so jealous, Michelle J. There's not an Ollie's around me down here in South Texas. Oh.
I'm from South Africa. We don't have an Ollie's.
I tell you what, I love Ollie's because you never know what yarn they're going to have when you go in there.
Is it like a Michael's and a Joann's?
Well, they're more like a discount clearinghouse. That's I guess the best way to say it. And they have fabulous prices on the yarns when you get there. Not kidding. But I had I don't know if I saw it in my email flyer or if I saw it on someone's YouTube channel, Michelle, but they were talking about how Ollie's had all this blanket yarn. Is it Burnett's? I can't remember. But yes, all I knew it was blanket yarn. They had a ton of it. I'm so happy you were able to get some. $4.99 for the big, huge skeins of real blanket. Woohoo! Diane, you do, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I really do.
Diane.
You know, I'm just now looking at the saying bye now while I can. Have a good day. You too, sweetheart. The box says Spin Right Factory. Oh, my goodness.
Is that a good make? Sorry.
It is. Yes, it is.
I wouldn't know.
I just noticed that we are coming up close on to an hour. So I am going to go ahead and let you go a few minutes early so that you have time to refresh your cup and check out to see who is coming up next. I'm sorry that I did not go out there to look to see and leave you a link, but I do know on Fridays at right after our hour, you can have your choice of going over to Bonnie Bay because she does have a live on Fridays, or we can always meet over in Miss C's cottage. So wherever you end up, please be sure that you had a storybook raid today. I would greatly appreciate it. Olga, thank you so much for coming up here with me. I'm sorry it just ended up being the two of us, but you know, sometimes that's just what happens. And thank you all so much, like I said, for being here. Please always remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light that they need to see. Olga?
Have a wonderful evening and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.